Did you know from The Phantom Menace, Jar Jar was originally green? Which is interesting, because Han Solo was originally green too. And, to make it one more, Greef Karga was originally green as well. A sandstorm destroyed most of the set of Mos Espa and Anakin Sebulba's pods. George was not concerned, however, as the same thing happened in the very first Star Wars, back in 1976. And he saw it more as just a sign that he was doing the right thing, that's what happens when he goes to Tatooine. Warwick Davis, who plays Wicket in Return of the Jedi, cameos as 3 people in this movie. Wald, Sebulba's friends who was gambling against Anakin in the pod race, and a Naboo native who helps in the parade. Coruscant is an imperial planet from Heir to the Empire. The capital of the Republic and Empire being a city planet was originally envisioned for Return of the Jedi and was named something else. Timothy Zahn most likely made this the capital after talking to George Lucas before he started writing the Thrawn trilogy. The same actor plays Ki-Adi-Mundi and Unray. Samuel Jackson asked to be in the Star Wars prequels while on an interview in a British talk show. He told George Lucas he was fine just being a stormtrooper and nobody would know he was in the movie, but instead George gave him the role of Mace Windu. George Lucas began writing The Phantom Menace in November 1994. The original title was The Beginning. The scene where Qui-Gon, Jar Jar, and Obi-Wan are in the bungo, Jar Jar says, "Crash at the boss's hay blibber," had Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, and Ahmed Best laughing every time after the take. He laughed so hard his mustache would fly off, and they'd have to re-glue it on to film the next take. Ewan McGregor's uncle is actually Dennis Lawson, who plays Wedge Antilles in the original trilogy. The cast had to refilm the scene where they realized the hyperdrive is leaking because after the visual effects came in, the acting did not match. E.T. makes a cameo. This is a callback to when E.T. walks by a kid in a Yoda costume. Bail Organa has a cut scene from The Phantom Menace where he's in the Senate chamber. If you look in the scene where Sebulba is about to turn Jar Jar into orange goo, you will see that Quinlan Vos behind them, undercover, on a mission. This is because George liked the extras design so much on set that he made him a character, a Jedi, and gave him a comic series. The Neomodian masks are actually a mix between a mask and animatronics that move the mouth by remote and control the eyes by remote control. The celebration theme at the end is actually Palpatine's Emperor theme, sped up and more bright and happy. R2-D2 being remote controlled caused many problems on set. It caused so much a headache that they ended up having 2 different teams, the ultimate R2-D2, the way they could continue filming because R2 was slowing production down. They had to speed the cameras up to keep up with Darth Maul and Obi-Wan battling each other. The pod race sequence is actually extended in the DVD, digital, and Blu-ray versions of The Phantom Menace, but in the original theatrical cut and in the VCR, the pod race is much shorter and characters like Deadbolt and other characters do not even appear in the race. George Lucas's accent strategy to make Star Wars feel more lived in is to have the actors say the name of the characters and the planets any way they interpret it when they read it. This is why everyone refers to Naboo as Naboo, and everyone refers to the Gungans as Gungans, but if you hear George Lucas talk, he calls it Naboo, planet Naboo, and he calls them the Gungans. George's original idea for the prequel trilogy was very similar to the original trilogy. He was going to direct episode 1, and he was going to have someone else direct 2 and 3. But it's easy to see he had so much fun directing the first one, he decided to direct the other 2 as well. George Lucas wrote a basic outline of 50 scenes for each movie in the prequel trilogy before writing The Phantom Menace, the way he knew exactly where the story was going to go, what was going to happen.